You send me your webtoons, I tell you exactly how to level up. Does your romance comic have multiple main characters? It took me a whole week to figure out how to juggle changing points of view, and today, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. Confetti Club follows the story of Alex, Leah, and Amy as they navigate friendships, first loves, and hidden secrets. Yay! Here are some things that I love about this story. First of all, your art is so pretty. It really is so nice, and it matches the vibe of your story perfectly. The characters feel like real people, and they have such good personalities, very relatable, and they have depth, and I like it a lot. And one thing that is very abstract and very difficult to nail, but you pulled it off fantastically, is the pacing. Everything just flows so well, and every chapter makes you want to read the next. And there's a very even distribution of stuff that happens between chapters, which just makes the overall experience very enjoyable. That being said, here are some ways I think you could level up. Let's take a look at this part from chapter 3. Did you notice that something was off? Of course, the art is charming and the conversation is well scripted, but if you look at these inner thoughts in purple, I had to read this chapter again because I was so sure that she was the one thinking these, but then that didn't make sense. That got me thinking, why did I assume it was from her point of view? So I took a deep dive into how pros subtly channel POV in shoujo manga. Using Aoharu Ride as an example, take a look at the top panel. We see a close-up of her face. The narration says, "I find boys difficult to deal with," and her thought bubble says, "I dislike them." By repeating the same idea, she lets the readers make the connection that this scene is from her POV. And then, we need some panels to show us where they are and what the characters are doing, and in these shots, the POV person often appears from the back. And you see these? Here, the POV character's eye becomes the camera. And this is how she sees him. Isn't that cool? Here's another great example of POV change from the same manga. Do you see what the author did here? In the first few panels, she's thinking about stuff, and then boom, a face, him from the back, face plus narration plus thought bubbles. Instantly we get the idea that the POV changed. Now circling back to Confetti Club, especially this part, now it makes sense why I was confused. I have just one more similar suggestion about chapter 1. So this is the very first image that we see of Alex's love interest, and then she notices him, and then he talks to her. But between him having his back to her and talking to her, he needs to notice her. But we also need to maintain Alex's point of view. So this panel, although it's super beautiful, but how about something like this? Excuse my terrible art, but you know what I mean. By the way, on a side note, this is the first time that we see the character design of this character, and you drew him so well. It would be really nice to, get to have a better look at him and make him a bit bigger. But actually, these are just very small stuff. Honestly, Confetti Club is super high quality. Even the point of views, the majority of times you handle them very, very well. For example, chapter 2 or this one. So yeah, you have an awesome webtoon going. Really, it's so good. And thank you so much for sharing it with us. And I wish you all the best going forward.